Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you. Today is Wednesday. Welcome to your dual dab of the day. Before we get started with the dab of the day, there's a significant topic I want to discuss with everyone. It's a personal topic, but it's going to have applications for a lot of people. I want to talk about what happened over the last week with my friend Southern Senior Stoner. Well, you all have heard the story of my friend in Florida, which he is the guy who was in a major depression, looked like a mountain man with a beard down to here, long hair, in the dark all the time. And I talked to him, hocked him, drove him crazy, was the fly that wouldn't let go. And he thanked me. He said, I couldn't be here if it wasn't for you, getting me out of the dark time. But my style of life is to tell the truth. My style of life is, if there's a ball on the ground, I say there's a ball on the ground. Yes, there's a ball on the ground. If there's a sky, I say there's a sky and it's up. I don't live in denial. I wear things out on my sleeve, in the open. And my friend had a great deal of trouble being here in my house with me and Mrs. Stoner because I guess we have normal lives. We live together. We're with people, family, not isolation. So what he did was he moved around very selfishly and very much only concerned with himself. And we were concerned with him. Here's the problem. We were concerned with him. He was not concerned with us. He was not concerned with what we were thinking or saying about him to help him with us. And he just marched to his own, this is the entire time. To my daughter's wedding. He was in the hotel room till 5 o'clock. The wedding's 5 o'clock. And I'm freaked. And then he sits in my chair at the wedding, which had the view of everybody, and I sat with my back to the wedding. And then what my friend did, unfortunately, is he embarrassed me substantially at my daughter's wedding. The way he interacted with people, with all of our friends, and things like that, just wasn't. He did a bunch of inappropriate things, and I didn't tell him about it. Really, I let it go. But frankly, the concert and the abandoning of us and things like that, I just can't let go. But this goes back, and you have to think about, if you know people like this who've had situations like this. My friend abandoned his family, his wife at 26 years old, and his 2 young children, and left overnight to Israel without telling her to go work as a Ferris wheel operator. I know. Joined the Israeli army, joined the Israeli basketball team, and then eventually came back here 20 some odd years later. Unfortunately, he blames his family for everything, but you know, and reality shows what really happened here is an individual abandoned his family. So my friend has abandonment situations where he just gives up and leaves when anything becomes an issue. Not the stuff we talk about, which is big stuff. We're talking about, I don't like the shoes you got on. So, the mistake I made and what people should not do in these situations is try to make those people better. Try to make those types of people understand what you're trying to do. Try to even share with them things you like, because it's oil and water, and I didn't know it. And it created 1 week of absolute horror in terms of interpersonal stress. And even Mrs. Stoner said to me this morning, she needs a little Mr. Stoner time, just with me. It's been invasive to the real negative sense, and I should only show you the room that my son's bedroom that we gave my friend to sleep in, and what he left it like. And I am putting it out here globally because we should all respect one another, especially friends, especially people we quote unquote care about. We should also have manners. My parents taught me manners. Mrs. Stoner taught me manners. When you abandon your family in your early 20s, you don't have many manners. I should have known this. This is on me. So if it ever happens to you all, it's going to be on you. When one person is like that and doesn't accept things, doesn't see things, likes to look at trees and butterflies and talk to strangers. By the way, he abandoned us at the concert, and as we saw him from behind, everywhere we saw, he was talking to strangers. Talking to strangers instead of us. Because anything of consequence is too difficult for him to understand. When you have people like this is the school of hard knocks talking. Do not do the plan you thought was going to work. They're not going to respond. They're not going to understand. They're going to get pissed off. They're not going to think you care for them. They're going to think you're telling them what to do. It's going to go nasty. And you tell them a reality, like, you really abandoned me at the game, at the seats or something. It's going to be like you're saying it with a loudspeaker because they can't handle anything. My friend can't even watch the news because it's negative. So, this is critically important because I've told all of us to get with friends, get with family, meet people, etc. But if you're with people like this, do it over the phone, do it in small bits. I would advise against opening your home like I did and throwing the red carpet down like I did, assuming everything was going to be fine. Do a litmus test, do a little testing, find out really what's going on, because everything seemed fine. Sure, there's bumps in the road. Sure, you bicker like old men, because you're old men. But this went more and further than that. So if it happens to you, I hope this has helped. Now we have a special treat. Today, we have Purple Punch Live Caviar Indica Diamonds. These are really cool. So, let's take a look at them. Wow. They even look better than my normal THC diamonds. They're a special purchase, and we'll be looking at more things over this later in the week to talk about. But let's put some in. Let's put some in our aura. Actually, let's put some in the Carta first, because it's here. And let's put some into the aura also. Now, I know I've been saying this to you all, but this time it's the truth. Before I did the video, I actually practiced on the aura, so hopefully my fingers can do what they need to do. Here we go. Cheers. Here we go. Green setting, power's on. 5 seconds, what they say. This is from their book. 5 seconds, and it should be ready. Still very smooth, still heating up. Starting to vaporize in there. Takes a little bit longer than that 5 seconds. That 5 seconds, I think, is when it gets heated, not necessarily when it gets to where it needs to be. That's much better. Very nice. Very nice. Our aura hit for today. And now let's get our dab from our Carta. We're going to do it on number 2. And get that dab train going. Well, obviously, there's no comparison in the speed of the cloud. The Carta wins hands down. I'm still working on the aura for flavor and other things like that. Let's recap what we talked about. I know it's a little long, but it's important. Dear friends, lifelong friends that come in and out of your life at different times need to be vetted before you spend extensive time with them. People change. People are selfish. People are concerned with themselves. And if that's the case, make sure you limit your enthusiasm to make it different. My sister, God rest her soul, used to say, Senior Stoner, you got a real problem. You want everybody to get along. They can't. And I got to tell you, I never believed her. I never agreed with her. I never understood. I didn't get it. Well, now I do. And this isn't the first situation like this. Now I do. You can't make everybody happy. This is the Real Senior Stoner, hoping you all have a great day.